Hey, fellow YouTubers or YouTube Nation, it's me again, John Laval. I was going to tell you, share some stuff on air pollution. Obviously, there's air pollution. You got cars and industry and various things that are causing air pollution. We can't deny that. But trees eat air pollution. That's what they like. They give us oxygen. They take away the pollution. Now, the reason why cities are polluted is because they don't have a lot of trees, and so wherever there's any trees, and you've got industry and cars and population, because 80% of the population congregates in cities, and so this is going to be the pollution centers of the country. So trees eat pollution, and well, there's just not enough trees in the city, and but there's another fail-safe system called rain. Now, when a drop of rain, we'll just take one drop, falls down towards the earth, it captures soot particles in the air and brings them down to the ground. This is why a city pollution index drops down to 0 after it's rained. I mean, I can see from the suburbs the haze over the city, which is pollution, and then check it out after it's rained. The city is clear. And California is one of the worst cities in the world for air pollution, and I mean, they've even brought in car standards and everything else for pollution. But the point is that it doesn't rain in California. It's hot weather. It never rains, so the pollution just builds up. Rain is very, very essential for controlling air pollution. Now, if you happen to have trees that are down below, so raindrops pick up the soot particles in the air, the rain droplets will land on the trees, the canopy, and the canopy will suck in the pollution. I mean, that's what they're there for. This is nature. Nature takes care of business, and so this is how rain works, and this is how trees work as far as pollution goes. Now, in the city, we don't have the trees. They're talking about green topping the buildings. Nobody's actually done anything about it. It was a great idea. But I always thought that what they could do is put large nozzles on the corners of each building in the city. I mean, really big, large nozzles with a water supply that's under, massive amounts of pressure, and say every day at noontime they fire these nozzles off. All the buildings fire their nozzles off, and it would spew water way up into way above the buildings, say 400 or 500 feet up into the buildings, above the buildings, and it would fall as rain, and it would clear the pollution out in a matter of minutes. And the higher we can get the water nozzles to spray, and this really only requires just a lot of pressure. We'd have to have compressors compressing these water tanks, and you would have this system put into all buildings. It would be like a mandatory thing, and it'd all be set on timers at the entire city. These water guns would fire off all at the same time. You'd have to carry an umbrella, because at noon they're going to fire them off for 5 minutes, and this will get the pollution down out of the air and back down to the ground into the sewer systems where it basically belongs. And then we won't have to concern ourselves with kids with respiratory problems, people who are old with respiratory problems. It also cools the air down. I mean, the cities get quite hot in the summer, and it'll cool the city down. And this is a actual a valid solution to air pollution. See, if you go further north, you don't have to concern yourself because it's just residual pollution coming from the city. So if you take care of it in the city, the country won't have the pollution. Then we won't have to pay all these scientists a fortune, in government grants for global warming and all this stuff here, and how pollution is causing it all. And let's get rid of the pollution, and that's a quick fix for getting rid of the pollution, as opposed to having cars, all these pollution systems on them, and the expense of that. I mean, I really don't think the cars are causing the pollution. I think it's more industrial, if you ask me. And that seems to be more what it is. And so you'll get pollution, say, in forest fires, where hundreds and hundreds of square acres, thousands, million square acres will burn, and the smoke is up there. But the minute it starts to rain, it's all gone. And not only that, nature brought it back down to the ground to feed all the trees that didn't get burnt. I mean, they're now munching on it. And nature's a wonderful thing if we just give it some respect and maybe copy it. If nature says that rain will take care of air pollution, well, let's create our own rain, and using high pressured nozzles that are faced upwards, slightly on an angle, but it's faced upwards into the upper atmosphere, 500,000 feet above the buildings. There won't be any pollution problems, and it's pretty inexpensive. I mean, so you fire some water up there and charge the taxpayer the money to do it. All these buildings are worth billions anyways, millions anyways, hundreds of millions. They can afford it. Just tell them it's mandatory. You have to fire these systems off, and you have to pay for it. It's a part of having a building in the city. It's a mandatory law. So that's truly the answer. If people want to jump into this idea, and remember, you heard it here first. I came up with this idea a long time ago, and it's just common sense. I wish we could jump into this common sense thinking instead of being paranoid about everything and thinking it's all hopeless. It's not hopeless. Let's just do something. That's a very inexpensive program. This water gun program I'm talking about, it's not that expensive. The stuff can be installed in no time, and the equipment's all available. There's no technology behind it. It's all off-the-shelf technology. So let's do something. Anyways, you heard it here first, and have a good day, and we'll see you later.